Hey guys, welcome to episode 11. Alright, so this episode is going to look a little bit different. Alright, you've probably already noticed that it's much shorter than usual and it's been probably 5 weeks since our last upload. Alright, so we do have some bad news, so I'll just talk you guys through where we are, what's going on, even wrote some notes to talk you through it. So I just thought this is the best way to do it. You guys have been following along now for 10 episodes, and you've seen this place from when it was in office, demolition work right through to kind of where it is now, or where you've seen up to in that last episode. So as you know, just at the end of the last episode is when we got announced we could go back outside. So obviously our time constraints went up massively, and we had a lot of work to do out there to get ready for that. We had all the stuff in the open, which was awesome. Obviously we had to keep adding things to the deck and do all that. And then obviously we had classes, so we had full schedule back, morning, afternoon and night time. So between me, Jenna and Rich, getting time through here was becoming pretty tough. But of course it was a nice trade-off because it was just awesome to have everybody back. The Open was amazing, 3 weeks of just everybody coming together, getting after it, and that's just what the Open does, right? That Open magic, and it's something that we'll remember for a while, and already looking forward to the next one. So, like I said, we do have some bad news, unfortunately, with regards to through here. And we've just took some time, right? So we've took maybe the last week, 10 days, just to kind of let it sink in a little bit. So I've spoke with Jenna and Richard, and just kind of spoke through kind of what it means and how things progress and whatnot. Obviously, I think it's affecting me more than it is them, just because of, you guys have seen how much time and effort I've already put into this place for what's happened now. So yeah, here it is. What happened? My fucking memory card died. The last 5 weeks of footage in here, out there, lost, alright, completely gone. 256 gigabytes of footage of all sorts. All the pictures for the Open, all of my videos of myself doing the Open and Rich, all gone. Alright, completely dead. We were actually in here, I was filming, you know what it was? Jenna and Rich came in and started doing work. Started filming them, and on the same day, all of a sudden the card formatted itself, gone, disappeared forever, tried everything, I promise you I've tried everything, and it hurts. It really, really hurts. And part of the reason is, I don't know if I've probably mentioned it before, but when we built the other gym, what I did was I knew I wanted to document it, but it was kind of mostly myself, and we're just kind of full steam ahead, we're desperate to get open, kind of had to get open. So what I did was I set a GoPro up in the corner where the kind of pull-up bars at the window where the office is. You guys might see the wee bracket still there. What I did was, from the first day we get in there, I set that up to time-lapse, and every single time I came in the gym, I turned it on, alright, religiously, and emptied the memory card a few times, and made that recording all the way through, and it actually kept it on right through the first week of classes. So the goal was to have this amazing time lapse from day one demolition, right through the build, to coming together, to painting, to you guys coming in and doing your foundations and the first classes and all the fitness and all that. However, the fucking GoPro blew up too, and I lost that memory card, so I was very, that's why we started this process and wanted to document this. So the fact that I've now lost a full month's worth of footage is actually hurt. It's actually hurts me a wee bit, hurts me right in here. But not to worry, there's lots happening, there's lots going on. So this episode is going to be me giving you guys a tour, show you where we are. I've got a few pictures and snippets and stuff on my phone that I'll maybe drop in here and there, but just kind of bring you guys up to speed, where we are, how close we are to finishing, and then get started filming the next episode. Alright, so let's get into it. Right guys, first thing you've probably noticed is freaking white. Alright, so all primed. Ignore that window just now, I'll talk you through that. So we have all of the MDF now primed, a coated primer, ready to go. And the process involved here was a lot, alright, if you remember, all that brown, is it brown? Colourblind by the way, MDF. All the screw holes, we spent a shit ton of time filling every screw hole and crack and join and everything we possibly could through all of this. Obviously this big wall as well. And once it was all filled, we had to sand, and we sanded a lot. Alright, there was about 4 total sands over the whole thing, because every joint, so we had to sand, then that would expose something else, sanded again, a little bit more filler, sanded again, a little bit more, did that continuously until we were ready, all smooth and happy with it, to then lay on a coat of primer. So Jenna and Rich actually did the majority of it. I think I did like one little corner that they couldn't reach, tall people things, you know. So yeah, looks pretty cool guys. We'll get in the corner here and show you the full scope of it. There's also nothing else in here by the way, that's why it's so echoey. yeah, looking sweet, really happy. We also did the ceiling, so we had to fill in quite a few holes and stuff in the ceiling, but if you remember, I put these panels in here, I cut these to fill in the gaps, so we got all that done as well. So yeah, the whiteout is complete, and we're ready to go. So we're ready for a coat of paint, which obviously is not going to be right away. We've still got a few other things to do, but you see this black window. What happened here was, this was a full process in itself too. This could have been an episode in itself. So it was all PVC obviously, so done all this, put a coat of spray primer on it, tried a couple of different paints, and it's a little bit dusty and stuff now, but it's actually come out really well. That you can see up there. Yeah, the black on the PVC, so it was some nice spray paint. It actually turned out great. So we are going to go for this. We're going to go for all the black windows, which will look mint. Alright, so we'll get them all blacked out, get the blinds down, get them covered up. But yeah, that was a good bit of chunky footage there too. And then we have this. This is what I actually started the episode on. Now, I know it doesn't look like much in here, but man, the process involved in this, I was actually quite proud of myself. It was a big project, so custom built this from nothing. It's all 18mm plywood, and it's all finished now with a coated primer, so it was just raw wood. You can see in the back there, we've still got a bit. But what we did was, I went and designed this, so I designed it in a kind of 3D model software, got it all situated out. So this is our kind of gap for the fridge. I think I might have a few pictures I might be able to throw up, and I know there's nothing in here, but also made some doors, some cabinet doors for here, made a drawer. Full shaker style too, by the way, so a little bit of YouTube research there. Nice little inset in them, got them all smooth and everything on the back side too. All ready to go. So yeah, made all these from scratch. Got some little bits of timber, some MDF, put them all together. There was specialised tools. I got to use the jig I made in the last episode. I bought a pocket hole jig, so that was my new tool. I was obviously very happy with that as well. So lots of new tools we got in that, all that lost footage too. So when this all goes together, I think I might have a picture, I'll throw it up now. We've got a soft close drawer, so this is going to be a tabletop on here for our coffee machine, water station, fridge in here, drawer probably with some coffee stuff or tea or whatever. So yeah, all happy with that. Again, it's primed because it's going to be painted, but we're not doing any finishing paint in the minute. But yeah, that was quite that was going to be quite the process, guys. As I said, I was quite happy with myself. So I was, definitely a few frustrations in there. As I said, I built the entire carcass, got it all screwed together, learned a few things here and there as we did it, but again, all pocket hole joinery, and it's absolutely solid too. So anybody need a kitchen built? I am not your man. Right, as you can see, it's sticking out here as well. We now have water running here, so we have running water. It's now capped because we are going to have a filtered water machine, cold water machine. It's going to stick in there too, so that's what that is. So there's a lot of work went on in these cupboards as well, because we got some power back and I had to run some water. So what I had to do was, the water comes in here, I had to run it up through here, all the way across, into that cupboard and then into the bathroom. Alright, so that was all stripped off at one point as well, which was an absolute mess. Stripped out whatever was left in there, ran a water pipe all the way through it, which then brings us in here. So as you can see, there's a water pipe there, all the way down and into this bathroom, and yes, we have running water. Alright, so we're in there, not much else done in the bathroom yet. We need to run some more power for a water heater that's going to live in here eventually, but this is probably going to be the next big job. So yeah. And then, I mean, that's everything in here, but then of course there was a crap ton of work to be done on the deck. So for week one we had wall walk, so I had to put up some boards, so they cut all sorts of timber to put up 4 stations. We could do that, so me and Rich did that one day. There was footage of that that's lost. The next week, what do we have? Next week was fine. Next week we just moved some of the boards to have a bit more protection, so moved them in, moving those black mats about, screwed them down into the floor about 50 million times. Then came week 3 of the Open and we needed pull-up bars, which is fantastic. We didn't have any, so we took them out of the gym, moved them outside. There was another day of footage. Yeah, Simon gave me a hand with that. We drilled into the concrete, we set up 4 pull-up bars, got all that done. We built a new side on the deck to help with the wind and the rain. Also fitted a gutter on the deck, same day as the pull-up bars, because the water was coming down that side and we're trying to fight the elements. So again, another job there. But I know you're all thinking, alright, I know you're all thinking it. Where is the tool bench? Alright, well, I've got some bad news. More bad news, right? This is a bad news episode. It had to be retired. All right, had to call it a day. It served its purpose. We're at the stage now where we're kind of ready to go through that side. We've not actually done anything through there yet, it's just kind of storage at the minute, but we are getting ready to move in there, and that big massive tool bench just had to go. No floor space for it. However, what's behind the mystery door? All right, so this was our cupboard. As you know, there was an old I don't know if you remember it. If I've got any pictures, I'll definitely throw up, or footage. Old aircon unit, hundreds and hundreds of electrics and panels and all of that stuff. Just an absolute mess. There was actually junk in there. There was insulation in there. Anything I didn't want on the floor just kind of went in there. But it started off as I had to get access to run the water pipe, because in that cupboard that goes in there. So I started clearing a little space, and well, you know what I'm like. Things grew arms and legs. You ready? We now have tool cupboard 2.0. Alright, so stripped off all the wall, everything that was attached here. There's an aircon unit here, and then we built an entire unit. Alright, so we've got a bench, we've got a floating shelf that ties into the bench, we've got all our tools on the wall here. We've got a light, which is great. That was kind of part of the process. We've got electrics in here. Again, made some cabinetry here, so it's wall mounted floating shelves, by the way. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm very, very happy with this. So this is the new tool shed at the minute, but it's also going to serve as our storage room when the gym is open, so that's why I kind of made those shelves like that. We can store them, so it's actually quite cosy in there, apart from the colour of the carpet. So might paint it, probably not. It is just storage, but super organised now, and this is where everything is. Now the reason it is, obviously, as we're going to work now, I don't want anything lying about the gym, especially when things come in. It's going to be like finishing, so things like the flooring and everything, I don't want to have tools and everything lying about, so perfect. So we've got the door all keyed up, locked away, all ready to go. So yeah, what about that, team? It did take a bit of time, by the way, just saying. But yep, good to have everything organised. Little charging station in the corner as well, all the stuff all kitted out. So yeah. And on the subject of tools, you guys missed this as well. So new tools, right? Lots of new tools. Like I said, got a pocket hole jig. So that's what this was. Used this for building that. Lots of clamps and stuff we got for corners. Then to do the pull-up bars, we actually got, here it is, an SDS hammer drill, right, which is absolutely minty. Definitely the tool for the job to put them pull-up bars up. And as I was using it, my actual words were, I'm actually embarrassed for my former self that I ever drilled concrete without one. Because anytime, even when I was building the deck way back when, I drilled every single hole with that little, it's a good drill. I mean, it's a great drill, that's why I thought it was a tool for the job, but that's got hammer action, so I was drilling concrete with that. And if you guys remember when I did the flooring back here, I was using that too, but man, this thing cuts like butter, alright, straight through any concrete. That was 12mm holes to put up those pull-up bars, straight through. It was awesome, alright, so I was, again, very happy with myself with that. But all these things coming together, and we're getting there, guys. So that's where we are. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, didn't do much through here, but in here, I mean, we're pretty much there. So the ceiling is now ready for black. We don't have the lights to go on yet, but they'll go on after the black. So that's going to be blacked out, and then all of this is to get done. So doors and everything, you see, we've sanded a few spots on them, got them all ready to go. So then the unit's going to be black. We've got a countertop to go on top of it. Everything's nearly there, guys. We are kind of being held up at the minute by some equipment and stuff, like say a wall-mounted rig. We're going to be building this platform pretty soon as well, so that will maybe be in this next episode. We'll get that done, but major job really is the bathroom. That's what we're going to work on. So I'm going to lay down a floor first. I need to connect the toilet plumbing into this, which is going to come through the wall. There's a sink going here, toilet here, walls to be done, stuff like that, lights and stuff to go in. So yeah, that's probably going to be the next job, guys, which I will definitely be filming, and I'll be panicking every time I turn this camera on in case we miss it. Yeah, and on the note of equipment as well, guys, we actually started getting some stuff in. I am officially not allowed to use it, that's a rule, but there's a lot of stuff being ordered. There's some fancy plates and all that, so it's all lying through in the other gym, but we'll get it in soon enough. Alright, trying to keep it clean and all that, so we'll keep it through the other side. So that's it. That's episode 11. No actual construction work. It is Sunday today. I'm down here, like I said, I actually finished the tool room off yesterday, and today I've just been actually putting some caulk and stuff up these top sides. So really just getting ready. There's all this white primer is to be sanded again, just one fine coat of a sand, just to take the kind of roughness of it, and then that will be done. So it's going to be quite a messy job. Probably won't have the camera out for that just because it will be white powder everywhere. Look like Columbia in here. So we'll get that done, and then like I say, I'll start filming when we get on the bathroom. So yeah, thanks guys, episode 11. That is it. Any comments, throw them down below, and I promise we'll get back to this weekly schedule, but we are kind of getting things to go. But we have got 2 weeks until we open back indoors, which is amazing. It's Sunday today, so it's actually 2 weeks tomorrow. Don't think we're going to be in here training. That's pretty confirmed by now. But we won't be far away. Like I said, we're waiting on a bit of kit. Most importantly, the wall-mounted rig. That's coming. But I mean, it'll be as close as it can be. It'll mostly be finishing touches by then. Like I say, because all that in here is ready for painting now. The floor could go down at any time, but obviously we'll wait until all the painting's done before that goes down. I need to tidy up a bit this doorway, but I'm going to do the pipe for the bathroom first, and then get all that skimmed and get that tidied up. And then through there was already pretty close anyway. Again, flooring, but I need to fill and sand all the MDF in there, so I'll try and get on that this week too. So yeah, that's it guys. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.